Hello, Capricorn. I hope you're all doing well. This is your love reading for mid-July 2020. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And it's not going to resonate for everyone. So just allow your intuition to guide you to anything that might feel meaningful for you. You may want to check out the other signs that make up your chart. Sometimes those readings can contain other messages. And thank you all so much for your support. If this resonates, please feel free to like and subscribe. So we're going to see what the overall energy is for you this month, Capricorn, for mid-July 2020. What's going on, what the overall energy is for love. And we're getting blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. All right, that's very interesting in a love reading. So let's get some more information. What's going on with Capricorn? And we're getting the Hermit. Oof. These cards are going to slide everywhere. And the Two of Pentacles. And the Six of Cups. Okay, Capricorn. So the overall energy here is blame and accepting responsibility for your well-being. It feels to me like you might have been blaming everybody else around you for maybe your unhappiness. So we have this Hermit energy. This is about going inside. It feels to me like you've gone inside to shine light on a situation regarding this blame, regarding accepting responsibility for your own well-being, your own happiness. And here you are, you're making the decision to let go of blaming others and taking responsibility here with this Two of Pentacles. Then we have the Six of Cups. This is about unconditional love. There's a lot of love in this situation. It feels like. It feels to me like you've just kind of gone down the road of playing the blame game. And not necessarily blaming yourself and taking responsibility for your own happiness. We do have unconditional love here. You know, this can be about somebody from the past, but it does feel to me like there is unconditional love. This feels like an established relationship, Capricorn. You know, it could be Virgo with this Hermit energy that you're dealing with, but it more so feels to me like this is just about you going inside, shining light on a situation, on something you haven't taken responsibility for, and making the decision to take this responsibility is going to lead you to unconditional love here, Capricorn. So let's get a card for the Hermit, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. And we're getting the Page of Swords. This is about seeking the truth, Capricorn. You have gone inside, shine light on the situation, and discovered the truth of the situation. That maybe this blame, what you've been blaming other people for, you actually need to take at least some responsibility for. You know, you're using this sword to get to the truth and clarity of a situation. There is unconditional love. But in this love connection, this love situation, it feels to me like you've just tried to blame this other person for for your well-being. If you're not happy, you've blamed them for that instead of taking this action to seek the truth of what is going to make you happy. Taking responsibility for your own well-being. And like I said, that there is unconditional love. It feels like once you take this responsibility, this brings this unconditional love energy back into this love situation. But you shine light on it. We have a card here with the Hermit energy of going inside, going within to shine light on a situation, on the truth of the situation. Then we have this card of seeking the truth. So it feels like it's all about the truth of this blame. You know, who really is to blame for this current love situation? So let's get a card for this row. We're getting it safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. This blaming that you've been doing has maybe caused you to close off your heart. It's reduced this unconditional love. You've shut yourself down. It feels like you felt like you needed to protect yourself because you were blaming this other person for your unhappiness, for the state of your well-being. And so that's caused you to shut down emotionally. But then we have this card kind of telling you that it's safe for you to love. Use this sword, take responsibility, and open your heart so that you can give and receive the highest energy of all, this unconditional love energy. So let's get 3 more cards, Capricorn. We're getting the Ace of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Sun. Okay, so, this getting to the truth of the situation, shining light on it, making the decision to take responsibility for your own happiness, your own well-being, is going to bring you exactly that. A lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of warmth to your love situation. This tangible new beginning here with this Ace of Pentacles, releasing this other person from all of the blame, all of the responsibility, creates this new beginning, this tangible new beginning in your world, in your relationships, in your love life. And Temperance, this is about having patience, allowing things to happen naturally, going with the flow here. Things coming into balance. And then we have the Sun card. The most positive card in the whole deck here is yours, Capricorn. Once you take responsibility for your well-being, for your happiness, you now realize, with this sort of truth, you're realizing that you are responsible for your well-being. You are responsible for your own happiness. And that brings this unconditional love back into the situation. So let's get a card for the Ace of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Sun. And we're getting the High Priestess. So this is things, here we go. This is balancing the dark and light. This is bringing things back into balance. This is about allowing your intuition to guide you. When you want to go and start blaming this other person for maybe your own well-being, your own happiness or lack thereof, allow your intuition to guide you to if that feels right, if that's something that you're blaming them for, but they don't really deserve it. It's actually your responsibility, something you should take the blame for, something that you're responsible for, your happiness, going with the flow. Allow your intuition to guide you. Your intuition is going to guide you to this happiness. Don't try to force the situation, though. Allow things to unfold naturally. Allow your intuition to guide you. That might take some time. But very beautiful energy. We have happiness, following your intuition, going with the flow, having patience, and a tangible new beginning. So let's get a card for this row for you, Capricorn. And we're getting deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship, a false self mask. And so that does feel to me like that you've been deceiving yourself, Capricorn. And as long as you continue to deceive yourself, this new beginning, this happiness, this can't come in. It feels like it's a really major message about blaming this other person. You've been deceiving yourself that this other person, it's their responsibility to make you happy. It's their responsibility to ensure that, for the assurance of your own well-being. But that's not true. Like I said, it's totally on you. And you can, it feels like you can go on deceiving yourself, but you're not necessarily going to have, if you don't take your mask off, Capricorn, you're not going to have this tangible new beginning in your world. You're not going to have this beautiful Sun card, this happiness, this unconditional love. It feels to me, so for most of you, I'm getting a feeling this is an established relationship that it's talking about. And it feels to me like you have, and this other person, you guys have this equal reciprocity of unconditional love for each other. There is a ton of love here. It feels like this is a very deep spiritual connection. And you guys do make each other happy here with the Sun card. But that you just need to allow yourself to accept responsibility for your own level of happiness in this relationship, for your own well-being in this relationship. And this card feels like it's just a warning. If you don't take off this mask of self-deception, that this other person is totally to blame, you're not going to have this beautiful energy come in. This blame game that you've been playing has caused you to shut down your love for this other person, this unconditional love. But we have this card here saying that it's safe for you to love. Open your heart so that you can give and receive this love. But first you're going to, you start off, you're going to first have to go inside and give it some thought. Do some soul searching with this Hermit energy to shine light on the situation so that you can get the truth and clarity and decide that you're going to accept responsibility for your own well-being, for your own happiness. So let's get some advice here for you, Capricorn. And we're getting unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Which is very interesting when this happens. We're on a track here and then we get whammy. We get a card that seems out of alignment with the message. And like I said, this is the advice card. And it feels to me like the guidance for you this month is that if you can't get to the truth and clarity of this situation, you're going to lose this connection with this person. It's that there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. It feels more to me like there isn't enough love to the ends of this earth that's going to allow you to continue to blame this other person for your own unhappiness. It feels to me like if you push forward with this blame game, if you don't take responsibility for your own shit, that you could lose this happiness with this other person. And that if you don't take off this mat, you might wake up one day, Capricorn, and discover that it's too late to salvage this if you cannot work past the blame game and actually take responsibility for your half. I mean, nobody's asking you to take total responsibility, but that you need to take responsibility for your own happiness. It's not about who's right or who's wrong. It's about responsibility. So like I said, it's just very interesting energy. And, for those of you that aren't in a relationship, it feels like you've gone inside to decide that you want to have unconditional love, a happy relationship with another person. And, this is a pretty big sword. It feels to me like you've been a little bit guarded when it comes to love, but it's okay for you to love. It's safe for you to love and open your heart. That's going to bring about a new beginning. Could be with a Sagittarius here with this Temperance card. Could be with an air sign or a Virgo. Could be with anybody. But don't deceive yourself. Don't let somebody else deceive you if you're single. Take a hard look at it. It might be the fact that there isn't enough chemistry or attraction to keep this relationship going. So just take that however it resonates, because mostly I'm getting this is for somebody that's in a committed relationship. It's a specific message for them. But just remember, Capricorn, that it's safe for you to love. Open yourself up. Take responsibility for your happiness and your own well-being, because we do have these three majors coming in. We have a tangible new beginning. You can have a new beginning in your life if you start accepting responsibility for your well-being and your happiness. So I hope this was helpful. And until next time, I'm wishing you lots of love and many blessings.